Alrighty, good day everyone. So you've obviously all thought to yourself, how can I get more comfortable on the bike? Okay, and the seat is a huge thing, let's be honest. Now, the type of seat you're going to buy is obviously going to depend on your arse shape. Okay, so you need to test a few seats out. And best way to do that is if you go to your local bike shop, they generally don't mind you having a seat over, say, a weekend. If you're going to be a serious rider, you're on a road bike all the time, they don't mind you having a seat. And then if it's not 100% comfortable, you can take it back and exchange it for another one. Okay, most of them will do that for you. The sort of seats to avoid, this is for mountain bikes or road bikes. Okay, so even your mountain bikes, you can get good seats on mountain bikes. This seat is one that has come off my mountain bike. Okay, it is lovely and padded. Look, you see how deep I can push my hands into it. Look at that. The problem is with it, you'd think to yourself that that is a really comfortable seat. Yeah, it is the most uncomfortable seat imaginable. Believe me, I've done a 40k ride on this thing and I was sore for about 2 weeks afterwards. Just way too wide. The whole thing is just too wide. Here, the whole thing just no good at all. It traps your blood vessels when your legs sit over the sides here. Seats like this trap those blood vessels and all those nerve endings, crush them up against there and up against the muscle in your legs, and they end up getting restricted. So you end up with restricted blood flow down to your legs. Worst thing you can have when you're a cyclist. Okay, now here is the saddle that I have just replaced on my mountain bike. So this is my mountain bike. It's just a cheap alloy mountain bike, and the saddle I just showed you is the one that it came with. This is the one I've replaced it with. Much nicer saddle, nice and slim through here where your legs are going to be pushed up against the sides, and not as much padding in it. Definitely, hands down, is going to be the better way to go. This is my road bike saddle. So again, look how much slimmer it is through here, and nowhere near as much padding on the backs and that as what that other big saddle that I had on the mountain bike before has got. So this sort of saddle and this sort of saddle is definitely the way to go. Okay, so we've seen the sorts of saddles you've got. You've seen this one that I've now put on my mountain bike. I'm going out on a night ride tonight, so the ride will be about 40 or 50 k's. We're going to go and climb a hill, a couple of hills, riding into the city, and then up a couple of the hills, and then back out again. So it's about 40 or 50 k's. You want to make sure you're comfortable on the seat. You can see the one I did there. It's a much nicer seat, more narrow through the middle of it, and you're not going to get that restriction as much. Now, when you're using a seat like this, or one of the road bike seats, you do need a good set of nicks with them as well, with a good chamois. That is the other part to it. So if you're going to change from these big buffy looking seats and go to this style of seat, then you need to be using nicks or road cycling shorts with a good chamois in them. You can't ride on these seats very comfortably if you don't have a good chamois in them. Now, the other one is, you see the gel seats, all right? You see them and they go, you know, gel seat, it's bound to be comfortable, isn't it? Yeah, I know, they tell you it moves, it does this, it's all the rest of it. It helps the nerves and that to move and massages your bum while you're riding. Complete and utter waste of time. The other thing that is a waste of time is the gel covers you can get for seats. All right? The gel covers. Now, these are a thing that you just strap over any seat, and it's meant to make, it's full of gel basically, and it's meant to make the seat nice and comfortable. They are an absolute and utter waste of money. The biggest load of junk you're ever going to buy. If anyone ever buys you one for your birthday, which a lot of people get them bought for them for their birthdays, wrap it back up in the same paper you got it in and give it back to that person for their birthday, because they are useless. Trust me on this. You need a nice slimline saddle that won't restrict your blood flow, won't mess around with the nerves and that all around your bum and everything, and you'll get along just fine, along with a good set of nicks with some good quality chamois in them. That is the best way to go. Anyway, that is it from me. Let me know what you think and catch you on the next one.